Good evening, students. By this time, you would have downloaded the admit cards, JEE Main 2023 admit cards, and you would have gone through the admit card. So what we will do in the next couple of minutes is understand the important exam day instruction. Please follow these instructions very, very carefully. Obviously, JEE Main is a very important exam for you. The entrance test season starts with JEE Main. So you need to get used to these instructions. So first thing is, once you download the admit card, you will see that the admit card is on 4 pages. Okay. On page number 1, you have your admit card provisional, where your name will be mentioned, your roll number will be mentioned, your date of birth, father's name, application number, category, all of those things will be mentioned. And then your photograph will be there and your signature will be there. Now, next is the test details. The test details, your date will be there. That's very important. Your shift will be there, whether it is first shift or second shift. And then the timings. These are very, very important. Please note the timings. Okay. What are the timings? There are 3 kinds of timings. One is the reporting time or the center entry time, which is 1 hour before the scheduled start of your exam. So if your exam is in the afternoon, let us say second shift, 3 to 6 p.m., your reporting time will be 2 o'clock. So 1 hour before it. So that is what you have to keep in mind. By that time, you should reach the venue. And therefore, you have to plan your program in such a way that you reach the venue 1 hour before your start. Ideally 1 hour. It could be more than that, but minimum 1 hour before your time of commencement of the exam. So in a place like Hyderabad, in a city like Hyderabad, you also have to factor in the traffic. You should be very clear about the location. If you're not familiar with the location, make sure that somebody from your family or whoever is going to accompany you has already visited the place and has the location exactly mapped out. So this is very important. So have that location and also factor the traffic and accordingly plan your start time from your residence, wherever you're residing. From that time to the venue, you have to plan based on the location, based on the normal traffic conditions, and based on when you should be reporting, and your reporting should be at least 1 hour before the commencement time. Next is the gate closing time. That means by this time, if you don't reach, you can't take JEE Main this time. So that is half an hour before the scheduled commencement time. So if your scheduled commencement time is 3 o'clock in the second shift, the gate closing time is 2:30, and after which nobody will be allowed. But my suggestion is don't wait till 2:30. You go much before that and familiarize yourself, be comfortable. Ideally, what you should be doing is that 1 hour before, that is the reporting time itself, the moment they allow you to enter the examination hall, I think you should get in very calmly, go through the check-in verification procedure, whatever is there, go through all of that, occupy your seat and be comfortable. So you should have a period of calmness before you start the exam, ideally about half an hour to 1 hour of calmness before the exam starts. So that will set the right tone for your exam. Okay, then below this is what is called the self-declaration form, that is mostly regarding COVID, and you got to fill it up, a few details you got to fill, but there are 3 blocks. In one block, you have to paste your photograph. The same photograph which you have uploaded while applying, the same photograph has to be there. So paste it, first thing. Second is candidate's left hand thumb impression. So left hand thumb impression, you affix, you put it before you reach the center. So both of these things, pasting as well as the left hand thumb impression, should be there on below this undertaking before you reach the center. Then candidate's signature. This signature has to be done in the presence of invigilator. So don't sign now. In the presence of the invigilator, you got to sign it. Then on the second page, you've got the important instructions. And let us look at the important instructions. So what are these important instructions? Two things that you have to bother about. What are the things that you are permitted to carry? What you should carry? What are the things that you're permitted to carry, and what are the things that you should carry? Items to carry. First thing is personal transparent water bottle. Okay, so you got to carry, no water will be supplied, so you got to carry your own water bottle and it has to be transparent. Then personal hand sanitizer if you think you require. Nowadays nobody is bothered so much about COVID, etc. If you think it's going to create a mess, so don't carry it. Transparent ballpoint pen, simple transparent ballpoint pen, that is something you have to carry. Admit card along with declaration. So we already discussed the admit card along with declaration. You will not be allowed entry into the hall without a valid admit card with declaration. Then additional passport size photo. Please remember this. In addition to the admit card, you also need to carry an additional passport size photograph which will be pasted on the attendance sheet at the examination hall. So you need to carry this as well. And then finally the original valid ID proof. So in this particular list of items, except sanitizer, all of those things are compulsory. Sanitizer depending upon your choice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when you leave your residence or wherever you are staying, check out whether you have all of those things with you or not. That is the most important thing. Next that you got to take care of is what is a original valid ID proof. And this original valid ID proof should be a hard copy. You can't say that I'm carrying it on my mobile phone and I'll show my mobile phone. Similarly, this admit card also cannot be a soft copy. It has to be a hard copy. You can't say I have it on my mobile phone. So that's not going to work. So this as well as this have to be hard copies. Okay, now what is this original valid ID proof? Let's look at that. So your school identity card or a junior college identity card, where the validity in all of these cases, you got to check for validity. It should be valid on the day you are presenting these documents. So school identity card, PAN card if you have one, driving license, voter ID, passport, Aadhaar card. Remember Aadhaar card with photo. Similarly, e-Aadhaar with photo, ration card with photograph, class 12 admit card in case intermediate board admit cards have not been released, but in case wherever some boards, if admit cards have been released, you can carry the class 12 admit card with photograph. Similarly, if you have a bank account and there is a bank passbook with photograph. So these are the only valid ID proofs. Other than this, there is no other valid ID proof. So all the valid ID proofs are given. Most cases, I think school identity card or the Aadhaar card, I think should serve the purpose. Then once you have this, what are the other things that you need to take care of? A few things that you need to take care of is your dress code. Now, fortunately, the dress code is not very elaborate. The only thing that you need to take care of is shoes, footwear with thick soles, and garments with large buttons are not permitted. So don't wear shoes, wear chappals or sandals. And similarly, if you are wearing any other footwear, ensure that the soles are not very thick, high heels, etc. Don't wear them. Similarly, you can't have a fancy dress with huge buttons. These are not allowed. That is the only thing as far as the dress code is concerned. Then what they have told you is that you will be given initially 6 blank A4 sheets to do your rough work. So all your rough work you can do on those blank sheets. Also, if you need additional rough work, you can raise your hand, call the invigilator and ask for the rough work. Okay, so that is what you have to take care of. And while leaving the examination hall, you have to drop the admit card along with undertaking as well as your rough sheets. On the rough sheets, you have to write your name. Along with the rough sheets, you have to drop in the box that is provided. That is very important. You can't carry the rough sheets as well as your admit card outside of the examination hall. Finish the exam, drop it and come out. One last thing that we have to talk about is the problem that some students face, which is if the computer does not work, what should you do? And every session we come across students who have this problem. Obviously, computer is a machine and it is bound to fail. You may face this problem. Don't panic. First thing is, don't panic. Nothing is going to happen, because if the computer does not work, the system will stop at the time where the computer has stopped working. What you have to do is raise your hand or call the invigilator, ask him to arrange another machine, and they will quickly arrange another machine, and you can restart from where you have left off. So no time, you will not lose any time. It will start, the clock also will start again from where you have left off. So you will not lose anything. In fact, you can use this to your advantage, because by the time they arrange another machine and all that, you will get 3, 4, 5 minutes. This 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever time you get, you can use that extra time to solve the previous problem that you are working on, or organize your ideas, etc., etc. So don't sit idle till they arrange another computer. Use your time to work on the previous problem that you started. Okay. So again, some students come and tell me, sir, I did not do well because my computer conked off. I don't want to hear that reason, because if the computer is conked off, it is the responsibility of the invigilator to arrange an alternate computer, and he will arrange an alternate computer. Till the alternate computer is arranged, you can sit and work without any disturbance, and you don't have to have the fear that you're losing time, because the clock will start from where you have stopped. So absolutely no problem, even if the computer doesn't work. Only thing is, now please be confident of your preparation. Follow all of these instructions that we have mentioned here, including the timings. Go there confidently, do your best. All the best for JEE Main 2023.